Hello everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. Now in today's video I will be talking about the full moon in the month of August, which occurs in the sign of Aquarius. Now this is the second back-to-back full moon occurring in the sign of Aquarius this year. The first one was in the month of July and this is the second one. And it is kind of a rare event, but it's still a very special sort of an event that, there's two full moons happening in the same sign. So, and especially in the sign of Aquarius, where there is so much influence of other planets. There's Saturn then, and Jupiter has just moved back in as well in the sign of Aquarius. So there's a lot of Aquarian energy, brimming up to life. Now this lunation, this full moon, is occurring at 29° Aquarius, which is the last degree of a sign. Now that makes it very close to the Pisces sign, the zodiac sign, which is the next one after Aquarius. So when a transit occurs at 29°, which is like the last degree of sign, it is a very critical time. It can be chaotic as well because there is a transition taking place from one sign to another. Now since the moon is in the sign of Aquarius at 29 degrees, the sun is opposite it in the sign of Leo at the same degree. So it's a very intense time. It's a culminating time. Full moon anyways is about culmination. It's about moving to the next stage, seeing everything in light, more clarity. And this 29° is making it a little bit more intense in terms of taking the next step, being progressive and really implementing the change that you have been wanting to change. Now the July full moon in Aquarius was a little bit more difficult full moon because during that time the full moon was very close to Pluto and Saturn on either side. So it was a kind of a time where you might have felt limitations or power struggles in your relationship with anybody around. It's not just your romantic or personal relationship. It could be your in workplace, in relationship with parents, siblings, friends. So it could be anyone, and you might have felt an intensity in the relationship, in the energy, especially around the full moon in July. Now this particular August full moon in Aquarius, though it's happening at a very critical degree, the good news about this is that it is very closely conjunct with Jupiter. Now Jupiter is a planet of hope, optimism. It's a good luck planet, good energy planet. Now it does amplify wherever it goes. So in the sign of Aquarius, what Jupiter is doing is really amplifying and really expanding the scope of progress and change. Now Jupiter amplifies everything, and it can be good or bad as well. So what energy you're bringing to the table and in your relationship, that's what you're gonna get in return. So if you're bringing positive and good energy, then it amplifies that and it makes it expansive and more optimistic, hopeful for you to grow. Now if you're bringing a negative sort of energy, then that's where it goes. It makes it more chaotic and disruptive. So make sure you're bringing a more positive mindset to the table when you are dealing with this Jupiter and moon in Aquarius energy. Now sun is in the sign of Leo during this full moon, and Leo inherently is a sign which is out in the world to shine their own light. It's ruled by the sun, and sun is about giving the life force, it's giving the energy to other things. So what Leo means is you're there to put yourself out there, to express yourself in the most authentic, true to yourself nature. And Leo is not about being just part of a crowd. They are there to express their own truth, own passion, interest, and shine their light, and that is their karmic evolution. That's where they shine. Now Aquarius is on the other side where the moon is, and Aquarius is also a very individualistic, progressive sign. It is about freedom, it's about progression, it's about also putting forward what they truly believe in. But Aquarius is a little bit more of a collective mindset, and it is about finding a basic identity in a crowd, but they are very much happy to collaborate and bring forth their experiences and values to the collective. Now this full moon in Aquarius will highlight that conflict of wanting to express your own truth versus being part of the collective and offering yourself to the collective and offering what you can, what your qualities are, what your values are, what you are, you know, your skills and capabilities are, you know, just really sharing and really including the collective to progress and to change and to bring about whatever you want to, you know, the positive change that you want to bring about in your life. So this second Aquarius full moon is definitely much more positive than the first Aquarius full moon in July. And you will feel a little bit more, and you'll feel a little bit less chaotic and disruptive, and will be able to progress in whatever path you want to take. Now, Uranus also goes retrograde just a few days before the full moon on 22nd of August. And Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, so you will feel a bit less resistance, because Uranus is an energy that is can be disruptive, chaotic. It's a sudden change, electrifying energy, so it suddenly brings things in your life which you may not be, or you may be ready to accept, or, you know, move on with that sudden energy. But if you're not ready to move on, then it can be very disruptive in your life. Now, when Uranus goes retrograde, these energy, the disruptive and sudden energies, are a little bit more manageable. So during this full moon, you will feel that the progress that you were trying to make, the changes that you want to make in your life, is a little bit more, you know, free of resistance and free of any kind of, you know, chaos or any kind of disruption. So you'll be able to smoothly make those changes in your life. So the best advice during this second full moon is to really use the energy to move things forward. Anything that you wanted to start, especially around the last full moon in Aquarius, or anything that you did started but you were feeling a bit of resistance, disruption in the progress, you'll feel a little bit more energized to, you know, make changes, and you will not feel any kind of resistance around just the general energy. So it's a great time to really put yourself out there, collaborate, connect, network, to put your values and whatever you are, your skills and capabilities, whatever you want to project. It's a great time to take that step forward. So use this second full moon in Aquarius as a second chance to move things forward and be a little bit more smart and clever with whatever you want to do, and, you know, organize yourself, plan yourself better, so that you're able to make those, you know, release any unstuck energies to move forward and progress in your life. Now, if you have any personal planets near 29 degrees of any sign or the angles, then you will feel a little bit more the effect of this full moon more personally. So you will feel it more play out in your life more, you know, it will be a little bit more apparent. So if you don't have any personal planets near 29 degrees of a sign or angle, then you may still feel it, but it may not be as intense. So let's see what is going to be the effect of this full moon in Aquarius for each of the zodiac signs. Aries. For you, the Aquarius full moon on 22nd of August occurs in your 11th house. Now, 11th house is the house of social expression. It's a house of your friends, social circle, networking, connecting with people, expressing yourself in a social setup and a collective setup. Now, during a full moon, Sun is on the opposite side of the Aquarius moon, which is in sign of Leo, and that is your 5th house. So 5th house is a natural Leo house, and it's about self-expression. It's about projecting your true inner passion and interest outwardly, and to shine your true self. Now, full moon is about relationship, and it's also a time where it can be very intense, chaotic, dramatic energy flowing around. And you also get the full picture, the true picture of what's going on in your life, in whatever matters you're dealing with. Now, with the 11th house, your social circle comes into play, Aries. So you are definitely very much interacting with your social circle a lot more. And you're not just interacting, but also sometimes you are probably getting a feeling of you being left out if you're not energetically and actively participating in your friend circle. Now, Aries, the important thing is to not lose yourself. So maintain your basic identity even while you are in a collective, in a crowd. So make sure you are asserting your emotional interest, self-interest, as well as expressing your skills and capabilities and values, whatever it is, to the collective. So you are finding a good balance between your self-expression and your social expression during this full moon, Aries. Now it is an Aquarian full moon, and Aquarius is an air sign, so it is a compatible sign with you, Aries. So you may feel this energy a little bit less intensely, and you will feel a little more harmonious in terms of whatever you're trying to achieve in your social circle. Now full moon is a time of completion and closure, so you can expect themes like that occurring in your social circle. You might get a full picture of what you're getting into, and it's not just the social circle, it's also if there's an organization or a team you're part of. So it's anything that you're expressing outwardly with a group of people. So you feel a little bit more need to connect, and while you're connecting, make sure you're not losing yourself, Aries. Now Uranus, which is a ruler of Aquarius, is in the sign of Taurus during this full moon, and it goes retrograde just a few days before the full moon occurs. And Taurus is your second house, so you'll feel a little bit more so in terms of your personal finance, you'll feel a little bit more hopeful and energetic to make things happen and make it more concrete. And you will feel that the energy that was more disruptive and less progressive earlier on, you'll feel a little bit more free space and freedom to, really ramp up your personal finance and manage your finance much better, because Uranus's disruptive energy would be less intense once Uranus goes retrograde. Now Aries, your ruler Mars, is in the sign of Virgo during this full moon, and Mercury is also there along with Mars. So you will feel your work environment or your daily life is feeling a little bit more energized, or there's a lot of activity happening in your daily life or even in your work environment or with your colleagues and work colleagues. So you might feel the need to take more action where your work is concerned, and this can lead to confusion as well if you're not clear to what you want. So make sure you are a little bit more aware of your situations before you're taking decisions, and this full moon will give you a little bit more clarity in terms of how to handle social environment, social circle, and just social situations. So this will help you with this 6th house work environment energy and the 11th house where the full moon is. So you will have this complete whole full picture of how to handle the social situation, social circle, to move forward and to make progress. And make sure, Aries, while you are moving forward, you are keeping in mind your own self-interest, your basic identity. You're not losing yourself in the crowd and not getting involved in a cause or collaboration which may not serve your purpose. So be mindful of your own needs and your own personal identity in the crowd as well, Aries. Taurus, for you the Aquarius full moon occurs in your 10th house. Now sun is opposite the moon during a full moon, so your sun will be in the sign of Leo in your 4th house. So your 10th house and 4th house axis gets activated. So it's your outer self versus your inner self. So how you project yourself or how other people see you, what is your public reputation and image, especially in a vocation or career environment. Compared to how you see yourself and your family and your emotional set. Now a full moon occurring in your career house, which is the 10th house, will bring up any kind of past issues related to your work that may have been left unresolved. So what a full moon is asking you is to have another look at your career and revisit or reanalyze any work situation or career situation which may have been left unresolved, or something in your career that is unusual, something that happened that was sudden or unusual, and you have to pay attention to these matters during this full moon again. Maybe it arose during the last July full moon and it was left unresolved, but now during the August full moon you have this another chance to really look into it and make some progress in that area. Now Jupiter is very closely conjunct the full moon in your 10th house, so you will have that helping hand, a positive helping hand to make some changes, or you make progress basically. So if you had to deal with any kind of drastic changes or like complete overhaul of your work situation, this second full moon will help you to adjust to the changes if that's what you want. Or if you are not looking forward to the changes that has occurred in your life, or if it does not suit to your own needs, then there's a opportunity to assert what you want. Because Leo, where the sun is in your 4th house, is about putting forward your truth. It's expressing your needs, yourself, whatever your personal inner emotional needs are. And in the fourth house, it is about your emotional comfort level. So if you're not comfortable with a work situation, career situation, or a situation with the authority figure, then this is a good opportunity to speak up your mind and do what you need to do to put yourself in a better position to take your life forward and your career forward. Now Venus, which is your ruler Taurus, is in the sign of Libra during this full moon, which is another sign of Venus, which Libra is also ruled by Venus. So both the signs, your sign and Libra, are ruled by Venus, and that's where the Venus is. So your ruler brings in this positive energy to your life during this time, and Libra is your sixth house, so you are definitely feeling this positive supported energy to express yourself, to express yourself and to express your value to in your work environment, what you're made of, what is your skills and capability, to really present yourself in the best picture. And now with the 6th house and 10th house energy, which is your work environment and your career, you will be able to assert your value to the authority figure, and they will be able to see what you're truly made of. And any kind of disruptive energy that was bothering you until now, or even in the last 6 months since the beginning of this year, you will feel a little bit of relief during this time. Now Uranus is going retrograde just a few days before the full moon, which is in your sign, in your first house. So you are already you have been feeling a lot of disruption, sudden changes, drastic changes happening all year, since the beginning of this year. You may be feeling a bit restricted or chaotic in terms of taking things forward. But now as Uranus is retrograde, you'll feel a little bit more freer, a little bit more breathing space to take things forward in terms of your work and career situation, Taurus. So Taurus, with this full moon, with the help of Venus and Jupiter, will really make you shine and really will help you project yourself and your true value to the outside world. Geminis, for you the Aquarius full moon occurs in your 9th house. Now this is the second back-to-back full moon that is occurring in the same house. The last one was in July. So any things that came up during the last July full moon that you were not able to fully release or take up that cause or move in that direction, there's a second chance in the month of August to take these causes up. Now in the 9th house, which is a house of philosophy, travel, it's the big picture in life house. It's the house where it's a house of future plans and goals and ambitions, and to really put yourself out there and to expand your horizon to take up these opportunities. It's about new territories and new experiences. So full moon in your 9th house in the sign of Aquarius, which is a fellow air sign for you Geminis, it's an absolutely brilliant opportunity to take these opportunities up. So any big plans that you have in your life that you were keeping on hold until now, this is the time to really get the ball rolling and really take it up, even if it involves traveling and interacting with foreign cultures and really moving out of your comfort zone. This is the time to really do it, Geminis. Now Sun is in the sign of Leo in your 3rd house, and 3rd house is about your local environment. It's the house of your thought process, your communication, and what your perspective is in your life, your personal opinion. So with the 9th and 3rd house axis, with the Aquarius and Leo axis of the 9th and 3rd house, the full moon is really asking you or calling you to really assert yourself and keep in mind the big picture and not the small picture in mind. Really really put yourself out there to make the big plans true, really explore new territories. So Geminis, don't hold yourself back, and this is a very important message for you Geminis. Really go for whatever you want, really the big plans, the big picture thing. You might feel daunted and unsure regarding taking steps in these unknown direction, but it is going to only do you good, Geminis, especially next year in 2022 when Jupiter moves in the sign of Pisces in your 10th house, which is your career house, your vocation, your public persona house. So all the interactions that you create during this time, especially with foreign cultures and foreign land, you will have this amazing opportunity to build up on these energies next year. Now, if you do feel unsure, or as if you are being held back, or the energy is not opportune or is not positive, maybe it's a mental block for you and you're not able to move in that direction, rest assured, Geminis, this is the time to really put all those insecurities to aside and really, with all the courage that Gemini is about. Gemini, you are a sign of valor and courage, and really go for it. So just take up these opportunities and make your big dreams come true. Now, your ruler Mercury, Geminis, is in the sign of Virgo during the full moon, along with Mars there, and it's in your 4th house. Virgo is the 4th house for Geminis, so you will definitely feel a little bit more in tune with your emotional setting and want to improve your home environment, feel a bit more energized and communicative in your home environment, and feel more comfortable as well. Now, Virgo is Mercury ruled sign, so Mercury is very happy in the sign of Virgo, and in your 4th house you'll feel a little bit more relaxed and able to communicate what you want to communicate more effectively in terms of your emotional setting, and you're able to express yourself and really assert your emotional need in terms of how you want to move forward. Now, if you're communicating with somebody related to work in a foreign land or something, you're collaborating or you're really expanding your mind and opportunities, you're taking up those opportunities in foreign land or even online, the stable emotions that you're feeling during this time will really help you to move forward with whatever you want to achieve, Geminis. So Geminis, I would say, really take up these opportunities and really do things that makes you happy and positive and hopeful in life. Do those things. Now, Uranus is in the sign of Taurus in your 12th house, so do take care of yourself as well, your well-being and your health and your healing. And Uranus will be retrograde for the rest of the year, after the full moon in Aquarius. So this will help you in achieving the healing and your own personal wellness, whatever goals you have regarding that. It will be a little bit more smooth sailing in those areas as well, Gemini. Cancer, for you, the Aquarius full moon occurs in your 8th house on the 22nd of August. Now, 8th house is the house of combined resources, joint resources, social resources. And Sun during this full moon is in the opposite sign of Leo, which is your 2nd house. Now, 2nd house is about personal resources. So during this full moon, for you, Cancer, you will feel the access of personal finance and joint finances activated. Now, you must have felt the same energy during the last Aquarius full moon in the month of July. And this energy is definitely very much activated since the beginning of 2021, when Saturn and Jupiter moved in the sign of Aquarius in your 8th house. Now, you must have come face to face with unusual, disruptive circumstances related to your joint finances and, joint resources. Situation where you had to be a little bit more open or trust a bit more the other people where finances were concerned. Now, during this full moon and the last full moon, you may feel the energy to want to keep your personal finances and your joint finances separate, because 2nd house is about keeping things separate where your finance is concerned, and 8th house is it's a Scorpio house. It is about devotion, loyalty, trust and commitment, and it brings all that energy to your joint resources. Now, this Aquarius full moon may make you feel a bit more uncomfortable because you don't know where you stand in terms of your joint finances. You may feel a sense of unreliability, or just because of sudden changes or things that has happened. You may feel a little bit more not on a steady ground where the joint resources are concerned, and this can lead to emotional upheaval just within yourself and at odds to what you want in life in terms of your finances and where do you feel stable. Now, Cancer, you are a cardinal sign, so you're definitely led by your own initiative. So when it comes to depending on the other people or the joint resources for your own well-being, and that is emotional and financial well-being, it may make you a little bit uncomfortable. So you're definitely looking to change that, and you may have situation where you may have to rely on other people for your own financial well-being. Now, now this may not sit well with a cardinal. Now this may not sit well with a cardinal sign because they want to do things by themselves and really move things forward in their life by themselves, and they're not much dependent on outside forces to do that for them. But what 2021 is showing you, Cancer, is to also create this trust and commitment level with people in your life, the close ties you have, and improve your comfort level with them so that you can rely on them on a good step, and you can really use this energy for mutual benefit by embracing whatever comes your way, Cancer. Now Cancer, you are ruled by the moon itself, and this is a full moon. When the moon is at its brightest, it's in full illumination. It can be a time of disruption and chaos in your relationship, and just the energies in your life that is very much highlighted. So it's very important to trust your instinct and just trust people close to you who have your well-being in mind. So with this full moon in your 8th house, it's really time to create these firm, bonds with other people, especially the ones you are intimately involved with. So really trust them and really create that energy around your intimate life so that you're able to, mutually benefit and really even grow together in terms of your finances. When you join forces and really bring things together, you can really create more abundance and more positive energy for not just yourself, Cancer, but also for people around you who are there for you and who are there to support you and who are there to take care of you and have your well-being in mind. So be mindful that there is a cardinal energy, but in your 8th house with Aquarius, which is a fixed sign, you need to create that staying power in your intimate life as well, so that you can move together positively and progressively. Leos, for you, the Aquarius full moon occurs in your 7th house. Now, since the beginning of 2021, the 7th house is very activated for you, Leos, because Jupiter and Saturn have moved in the sign of Aquarius in the 7th house. Now, we had 2 full moons in Aquarius. One was in July and the second was on 22nd of August in your 7th house. So your relationship is very spotlighted during this Aquarius full moon, Leo. You feel a lot of strong emotions, intensities, even chaos in your relationship. Now, if it's not on a strong ground, you may even feel some sort of intimidation or even fear in terms of your relationship, that it's not going the way you would ideally want it to go, or the relationship that you have in life is not really doing you much good. Now, if the relationship is on a very strong, stable ground, then this time you will feel the need to refocus your energy and really bring out and really consider what other people expect from you as well, and not just lead from a personal point of view. Now, Leo, you are ruled by the sun, so you can be a little bit more self-oriented in terms of how you go about in life. Now, Aquarius is a sign where you consider a collective mood as well, the crowd, the others, a social mood. And 7th house is a natural Libra house, which is the sign of cooperation and negotiating in your relationship. So the second full moon in Aquarius in your 7th house is giving you another opportunity, a second chance to understand your relationship dynamic a little bit better, how you see other people and what is your expectation of other people, besides what their expectation is of you. But what do you expect from them, and what can you offer them in return for what they offer to you? So 7th house energy is about forming a union, forming a bond in your relationship, a strong bond. And if it's not strong already, then move on from that energy that is limiting you, or if you're feeling stuck in it. Now, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is the sudden disruptive change bringing energies. So you may feel that there's time to bring about that change in your relationship if it's not on stable ground. So all these factors can bring a lot of emotions in you, Leos, and you are either definitely going forward, are being very progressive in terms of making it strong, the relationship, or you're moving away from it and feeling that the relationship has run its course and it's time for you to step away and evolve on your own. Now Leos, Uranus is in the sign of Taurus in your 10th house and is turning retrograde just a few days before this full moon. So you might come across people in your life that might help you in growing your career, career growth, bring about the career growth, or some sort of vocation or calling life. They may be instrumental in making you realize that. And this could be people you interact with in one-to-one interaction, new people you come up with, because Aquarius is a sudden energy, it's a changing energy. So you could be meeting new people as well that help you realize your vocation in life, and that can really help you grow in terms of how you want to see yourself going forward for the next whatever number of years. So Leos, the important thing is to find a balance between your own needs and your relationship with yourself and the relationship with other people that you have in your life, and really be on a good spirit and happy and content spirit in terms of your emotionally, and really lead by your own inner calling, inner voice, whatever you feel from inside. And when you are satisfied inside, Leo, when your inner shine and your inner light is projected outwardly, you will create relationship that is more harmonious and is helping you grow and is helping the relationship grow as well. So use this full moon in Aquarius to understand what you need from other people and what they need from you, and really move forward with more constructive and refocused energy in terms of your relationship. And this will really help you grow just in every aspect of your life. Virgos, for you, the full moon in Aquarius occurs in your 6th house. Now, 6th house is a natural Virgo house, so you may be a little bit in tune with this energy of the 6th house matter. Now, 6th house is a house of your work environment, your daily life. It's also a house of your health and your health routines, what you do on a daily basis in terms of your health, what you do. So now this is the second back-to-back full moon in Aquarius in your 6th house. The last one occurred in the month of July. So you may have felt the need to change things around. Even you may have made a sudden decision to change your job or work environment, or even bring in new health patterns, health regimes in life, or eating habits or diet, anything like that. You must have felt the need to do that. Now, bringing all these energies in your life, in your work and your health matters is absolutely fantastic, but it's also important to remain mindful that you're not getting too quirky in terms of changing yourself in a way that may not suit you. So take extra care of your health, especially around this time, because your work environment is getting very intense and you may not take care of your health as much as you should. Now, during the July full moon, you may have felt the same energy of health concern and your energy depleting. So you will feel this energy again during the August full moon, but you have a better chance now to really introduce patterns in your life, routines in your life, that you're focusing on your health better, and you're really putting yourself first in terms of your health, and and balancing it with work, and not taking up on too much responsibilities, and learning to delegate as well in your work environment, so that your health is not affected. Now, Sun is in the 12th house in the sign of Leo for you Virgos, and 12th house is a house of healing and taking retreat, and really relaxing and recharging your batteries, because you've been working so hard all of 2021 Virgo, since the time Saturn and Jupiter moved in your 6th house. So it's very important to create that balance in your work environment, your daily routine, whatever you do on a daily basis. Your productivity level must have gone up, but that must have affected your health. So be mindful that so be careful that you're not ignoring your health, and you're really taking time off to relax and really regain your energy, so that you're able to put yourself in a much better position, and to really present your more positive self in your work environment, and you're really able to achieve more because you have balanced it with your health and healing. So if you feel stuck in your daily routine, Virgos, it's very important to use this Aquarian energy to bring unique solutions and to really find healthier and more effective way of living and working on a daily basis, so that your health is in a better position and you are feeling more energized and healthy and happy from within. Now Virgos, during this full moon, your ruler Mercury is in your sign, in the sign of Virgo, where it can express its true nature. Now first house is the house of self, so you will feel energized to project yourself more powerfully outward, and you will be able to create more self-awareness, regarding your environment and what you really want, what you truly want. You'll be able to assert that bit more. Now Uranus is in your 9th house in the sign of Taurus and is turning retrograde just before this full moon, just a few days before the full moon. So your belief system, your mindset is also changing and is really helping you to put yourself forward and really express your own needs and really project yourself in the way you want and really put your own needs first. Virgos, you are a very nurturing sign and you want to be always useful to others, but this time it's very important to also put yourself first and take care of your health and really improve your mindset and philosophy and keep the focus more on what you want in life and how you want to exert your own emotional needs for your own personal growth and development, Virgos. Libras, for you, the full moon in Aquarius occurs in your 5th house. Now, the 5th house is the house of creativity, your artistic expression, self-expression, any kind of creative expression that emerges from your soul. Now, this Aquarius moon is in your 5th. Now, opposite it is the Leo sign, which is the 11th house where the sun is. Now, 11th house is more about social expression, your social circle, your hopes and wishes, and also the income that you earn from your profession. So the 5th and the 11th house axis gets activated during this full moon for you, Libras. So a full moon is the time of completion. So you could be looking at any kind of creative project that you might be involved in, like a completion on that or a culmination or, finishing off a project that you might be part of. Now, this is the second back-to-back Aquarius full moon this year. The last one was in the month of July. So if there was any kind of creative project that you might have been involved in which did not reach its finishing line last month, you will see some kind of culmination, release, and moving to the next energy towards the end of the August month. Now, Aquarian energy is about doing things in a unique way, in your own special, unique way. So this Aquarius full moon is asking you to bring out your individual side, your own unique expression, and not get carried away or lost in trying to please everyone. Do what you feel is right for you. Now, 5th house is a natural Leo house, so there is a kind of a contradictory energy as well for you, Libras, because Aquarius is your 5th house and it's a natural Leo house. So for you, Libras, your natural way of creativity and expressing your own true self is by following your true expression and your own unique viewpoint. What is your individual expression and not following the crowd. That's how you shine. That's how you stand out, Libras. Now, 5th house is also about romance, entertainment, fun activities, and also your children. So if anything that you started last month or things that you were not able to complete or you were not able to take up or do, or any kind of entertainment or fun time with your children, if you were not able to do in the month of July, August is another second chance to indulge in these fun activities, love, romance, spending time with your children and really bringing out your own inner child and really enjoying the time around this full moon, and also really truly bring out your true selves in terms of creative projects and all, and really do what you are destined to do, Libras. Really take up what truly comes from your soul, from within. Now, Libras, your ruling planet is Venus, and during this full moon, Venus will be in your sign in your 1st house. So this is good news for you, Libra. So you will be able to express yourself much more powerfully, and you will be able to express yourself much more powerfully, and you will have a certain kind of value and magnetism within you, and you will come across to people a lot more attractive in terms of what you're doing and a lot more appealing. So this will definitely work out for you, and you will be able to really project and present yourself the way you want to present yourself, and your value will rise definitely during this time, Libras. Now, if you're called upon to to join a group which is involved in creative project, it's a great time to take these opportunities, and you will really have fun and you will really enjoy and really be able to express yourself, your own individual self, and not be lost in the crowd. You will definitely be able to express whatever you want to express, Libras. So Libras, use this time of inspiration and vitality that you are feeling within yourself, and use it to create something, and really engross yourself in things that delights you. If it's a hobby or any special interest that you have, any talent, skills, whatever that might be, or even spending time with your close ties or your children, and really get involved in that, and you will really feel a lot more happy and content around the full moon. Scorpios, for you, the Aquarius full moon occurs in your 4th house. Now that's where the moon is. Now the opposite house to the 4th is the 10th house, and that's where the sun in Leo will be around this full moon. So your 4th and 10th house gets activated during this full moon. Now this is the second back-to-back full moon in Aquarius. The last one was in the month of July. So any themes that you felt during that time in terms of your home environment and your vocation, your career, will be revisited during the second Aquarius full moon in August, on 22nd of August. So themes related to your family, your home life, your emotional stability and comfort level will be spotlighted, along with balancing it with your career and your reputation and just your image in the world and what you're trying to achieve. So what's on your mind during this full moon and the last one as well, Scorpio, is your home environment and where you live. So it's not just your home, it can also be your house in terms of real estate. So if you were faced with any kind of disruptive or unusual circumstances related to your home or your family members, you will have a more clear understanding how to handle these situations. Now the July Aquarius full moon was a little bit more disruptive because there was Pluto and Saturn very close to the full moon. The August full moon is a little bit more easygoing because there's Jupiter conjunct the full moon, which is a positive energy. It brings luck and amplifies good energy. Now that does not mean that if you have negative thinking process, then it will give you good results. So what you're thinking emotionally and mentally is very important as well. So you need to keep a positive out to utilize this Jupiter energy to the fullest and in the best way. Now this full moon in Aquarius will highlight what your emotional comfort level is, and if you are happy in your home life, and if you're not happy, what can you do about it? How can you refocus your energy to improve your home life? Now Aquarius is your 4th house, Scorpios, so you naturally feel a little bit more quirky and unique. Now Aquarius is your 4th house, Scorpio, so you naturally feel very quirky and you have a very unique way of handling home life and home situation. So maybe you can use this energy to think of some kind of unique solution, unique positive solution for yourself in your home life if there is something that is bothering you or disrupting your growth or just the happiness of family life and your emotional comfort level as well. So use this Aquarius energy to really think outside the box. So use logic and reason as well, not just emotionality, to think of solutions. So really think out of the box and refocus your energy to find good, happy solution for everybody concerned. Now Scorpio, Mars is your classical ruler and it's in the sign of Virgo in your 11th house around the full moon along with Mercury. So you're definitely very communicative and very energized to interact with your social circle, your friend circle. And you're also very eager and energized to take up opportunity which involves you more on group activities, teamwork, a group project or joining an organization, association that involves more of group work and collective work. So you will feel an energy there as well, and you will definitely be interested in changing organization or getting more involved in association organization that you are part of or you want to be part of. Now Uranus is turning retrograde just a few days before the full moon in Aquarius. So Uranus is in your 7th house in the sign of Taurus, which is your opposite house. Now the year 2021, you may have felt a little bit kind of disruptive energy in terms of your relationship, and maybe you were not sure how to handle these chaotic dramatic even energies where relationships were concerned. But going forward, when Uranus turns retrograde, this disruptive and chaotic energy is tones down a little bit, and you feel a little bit freer in terms of moving a relationship forward and finding good, happy solution to any kind of disruption or any dissatisfaction that you might have had in terms of relationship. So this full moon is definitely giving you an opportunity to balance out your relationship and your home life, to move forward and find good solution, a positive solution and workable solution that you are happy with as well. So now this second full moon in Aquarius for you Scorpios is going to provide you a stable ground, and that is possible only because of your own individual effort, and you'll feel a little bit more complete, whole, and be able to refocus your energies in your all aspects of your life and move forward with creative solution and your own personal growth and the growth of your loved ones, Scorpios. Sagittarius, for you the Aquarius full moon occurs in your third house. Now that's where the moon will be on 22nd of August. Now opposite to the third house is the ninth house. That's where the sun will be in the sign of Leo. So your third house and ninth house gets activated during this Aquarius full moon in August. Now third house is about communication. It's about processing information and communicating and sharing those ideas to your community. Now ninth house is about belief system and expanding your philosophies in life. Also future opportunities to take up the future unknown opportunities that are beyond your limit and is unknown to you. So you are really going towards in that direction as well. So your personal opinion, your perspective, your own thinking, which is the third house matters, is getting highlighted during this time. Now in the last Aquarius full moon in the month of July, you may have felt a little bit things that you were trying to communicate and express, they were not received well, or you were not able to express your thoughts in the way you would want to. This is a second opportunity in the month of August to really think over what you're trying to communicate and really be expressive and inspired to whatever your truth is, Sagittarius. Now Jupiter is conjunct this full moon, and Jupiter is your classical ruling planet. So there's a helping hand from Jupiter to really take things forward. Now Jupiter does amplify things, so it is going to make you more hopeful, more communicative, and more optimistic in terms of what you are trying to put out, the ideas you're trying to share, the communication, whatever you're trying to put out in front of your community or world. You are definitely very much inspired and very optimistic about that it will be received well, and it's a good place to start. Now ninth house is about the big picture, Sagittarius, so it's very important to keep your mind open as well and not get too much engrossed in your own thinking. It's a good idea to balance your thinking, your own ideas, your own perspective in life with the bigger picture and the collective thought process, what other people are thinking. That's when you are able to find a balance, and that's where you're able to really use this Aquarian unique energy to your advantage, Sagittarius. Now Sagittarius, during this full moon, Mars and Mercury both are in the sign of Virgo, which is your 10th house, your house of career. And Uranus is in the sign of Taurus in your 6th house already for a number of years. And it's really rebooting and changing your everyday life situation, your work, your health, everything is getting changed. Now Uranus will be retrograde around this full moon, so you'll feel less disruptive in terms of the changes that you want to make in your work and everyday life. Now with Mars and Mercury in your 10th house and your career house, it all comes together and is very progressive for you. You'll feel very energized and eager to take opportunities in terms of your career and your work life, and to take it forward and really be more progressive minded and even think out of the box in terms of what you want to do. Now your communication, your career, your everyday life, everything comes together, so you are definitely very much thinking about how to improve or how to climb up the career ladder. So you're definitely thinking a lot about how to improve your career and really grow your vocation, your reputation in the world due to effective communication and unique communication, really out of the box thinking kind of communication. That's what you are definitely planning on. That's what you are really going to indulge in during this full moon, and it's really a great place to start, Sagittarius, because your thinking process is inherently unique. That's because Aquarius is your natural third house, and you think out of the box from the word go. So your thought process is definitely a little bit more individualistic, and you definitely are able to communicate your truth, Sagittarius. Now it's important to keep in mind the bigger picture as well, so you don't lose perspective of things, and keep the collective thought process in mind as well, Sagittarius. Capricorns, for you the Aquarius full moon occurs in your second house. Now your second house, Capricorn, is very much activated since the beginning of 2021. So your money and savings matter, your personal income, personal wealth matters are definitely keeps popping up for the whole of 2021, and it continues to have the same theme for the rest of the year as well. Now during this Aquarius full moon, which is the second Aquarius full moon in a row, you might feel the need to revisit any kind of concerns you might have regarding your earnings or your savings, or how you manage and handle your personal income and your wealth. Now Sun is in the opposite house to the second house, which is your 8th house, which is about joint resources. So any concerns you might have regarding your personal income or joint income will be spotlighted during this full moon. And Capricorns, you're required to use your logic and reason to handle your income and any kind of situation, disruptive situation or chaotic situation that might arise for you regarding these matters. Now Capricorns, your house of income and the way you make money is ruled by Aquarius. So you are naturally very inept to use your quirkiness and outside the box thinking in terms of how you earn your money, and this is a good time to really use this energy to think about how you can earn money in a different way rather than what you usually always do. So use this energy to think outside the box, and maybe you can have a side income or something else you can invest in that may be helpful, that may be beneficial for you. Now with the 8th house in the mix during this full moon, Capricorn, you are also definitely looking at other people as well, and other people money and the joint resources and how they bring value to you. So it's important to value other people for who they are and not just how much they earn and what value they bring to the table in terms of finances. So keep your mind balanced in terms of your personal income and your joint income, and use this energy to manage your wealth better and think outside the box in terms of how you can use different avenues to earn money and increase your income power. Now Mars and Mercury both are in the sign of Virgo during this full moon, and it's Virgo is your 9th house. So you are definitely energized and feeling the eagerness to explore new territories in terms of your career opportunities and just future goals and ambition. Whatever your idea of your future is, you are definitely looking at other things as well, not just what you do on a daily basis. Now Capricorn, Saturn is in your second house in the sign of Aquarius all of 2021, but during this full moon it makes a really harmonious aspect with Venus in the sign of Libra, which is your 10th house. So your second house and 10th house is getting a very good harmonious aspect with Saturn and Venus. So you will come across as very appealing and valuable to the authority figure and in your career. So this can also improve the opportunity to build on your wealth, because Saturn is in your second house, and it's really over the years since 2021 it's giving form to your finances, Capricorn. It may not be easy yet, but it will improve as time goes by, because Saturn is in your second house until 2023. So you will keep seeing things improving, and this full moon in Aquarius is a good time to make those changes and think outside the box in terms of your career, and even explore new territories to improve your income. So Capricorns, do value yourself more in terms of what you bring to the table in your career, and your skills and capabilities will not go unnoticed. You are definitely very much valued during this time, and it's a good time to even invest in new career opportunities as well that will improve your income making capabilities, and also you will grow you as a person and will take you up the career ladder, Capricorn. So explore new territories and think outside the box in order to improve your money making capabilities, Capricorn. Aquarius, for you the full moon in Aquarius occurs in your first house. That's where the moon is. So the opposite house to the first house is a seventh house, and that's where the sun is. So your first house, the house of self, and the seventh house, the house of partnership, is highlighted during this full moon. Now Aquarius, this is the repeat of the same theme that you felt in the month of July when the first Aquarius full moon occurred. So there was a need to balance your relationship with yourself with the relationship with others, so you versus the others, and find a balance in how you view yourself versus how you view other people and your partnership. Now, since the beginning of the year, Aquarius, Jupiter and Saturn are in the sign of Aquarius, and they both will be in the same sign during this second full moon. So you'll feel the push to reinvent yourself and to project yourself differently. If you were not able to achieve this in the last month, in the month of July, now is a little bit more harmonious and helping and positive influence to make these changes. Now, don't lose perspective of your partnership and other people as well. So find a balance between both the energies. Now, this full moon in Aquarius in your first house is definitely bringing themes of re-evaluating yourself, reinventing yourself, and really sorting out any kind of personal issues that you might have with yourself, or anything that steps you're trying to take which may be feeling disruptive and not, you may not be feeling the energy positively. It's a good time to really revisit these things and really look at and reevaluate what you want to do in life and what you want from yourself and from your life, because first house is about your personal destiny, so you need to lead from that energy. And because Jupiter and Saturn influence is in your first house during 2021, it's asking you to really understand what is your personal need, Aquarius, going forward. Now, Jupiter will return to your first house only after 12 years, Aquarius. So this transit in your first house is starting a new 12-year cycle. So you really need to think in terms of 12 years what you want to achieve, and even look at reinventing things, not just yourself, but even all aspects of your life, obviously keeping in mind the perspective of other people, the partnership, the close ties that you have, and do keep in mind their expectations and needs, and whatever they want from life as well. So Aquarius, this second full moon in Aquarius is really your second and final chance to really decide something and really make a decision on what you want to do going forward, and lead from your emotional comfort level in terms of what feels right for you and what feels right for people in your life, and lead from what you feel from within you, what is your gut feeling, and it will be the right decision for you. Now Aquarius, Saturn is in your first house during this full moon in Aquarius, and is forming a really harmonious aspect with Venus in Libra, which is in your 9th house, which is about exploring new territories. So this is a great opportunity to use this energy to really explore new territories and new opportunity, and go beyond from what you were already doing. And this might really start something new for you, and really help you project yourself differently and reinvent yourself, something that will be good for you going forward, Aquarius. Now Aquarius, Uranus is in your 4th house and is turning retrograde just a few days before the full moon occurs. So you must be feeling intense emotionally all year round, but when it turns retrograde, you will feel the disruptive energy a bit less on your home and family matters, and on your emotions as well. And it will free you in terms of how you think about other people and your understanding of other people's emotions and perspective, especially your family environment. And you will be able to understand those better for the rest of the 2021 year, and this will help you understand what is good for the whole unit, not just yourself. So Aquarius, use this full moon energy to make some decision regarding what feels right for you and for your family unit and your partnership, and move on to new territories and explore new territories to really do something new going forward, Aquarius. Pisces, for you, the Aquarius full moon occurs in your 12th house. So the moon is in your 12th house, and during this full moon the sun will be in the opposite house to the 12th house, which is the 6th house. Now 12th house is the house of your unconscious thought process. It's a house where you find isolation, seclusion. It's a house of retreat where you find your balance in terms of inner balance and heal yourself. It's also the house of closures and old patterns that probably has been left unresolved and needs your attention. Now 6th house is the house of your daily routine and your health and work, and just just what you do on a daily basis. So this 12th and 6th house axis gets activated during this full moon. Now this is the second back-to-back full moon in Aquarius. The last one was in July. So you must have felt this energy in the month of July as well, but that time it was a little bit more disruptive and not moving forward energy. But July one is a little bit more harmonious and helping energy and more hopeful energy, Pisces. So 12th house is about old patterns and closures. So it's a good time really, Pisces, to be true to your own feelings and intuition. Now if you have been ignoring what is coming naturally to you, the feelings about other people, or just anything in life that's happening with you during this time or in the year 2021, this is a good opportunity to really be true to those intuitions and really take action and understand your own subconscious thought a little bit better with this Aquarius full moon energy. Now Aquarius is a sign of logic and reason, Pisces. So in your 12th house with this full moon, and along with Jupiter and Saturn in your 12th house since the beginning of 2021, you are being called to really look at what your thought process is in terms of your subconscious level thought. And if there's any kind of old pattern that's keeps coming back and needs a resolution, to really think over it and really move on. Really put your own emotions first and own intuition first. Now if there are relationship or anything that is not going well and you are not able to get closure in those matters, it's time to move on, and this might help you to heal emotionally. Now Uranus is in your 3rd house of communication, Pisces, and it's been there for a number of years, and during this full moon it goes retrograde for the rest of the year. So Uranus is a disruptive energy and it can bring some kind of communication blockage or a disruptive communication style. So with this retrograde Uranus, you can use this energy to improve your communication skills. Maybe that will help with getting closure. So if you're not able to get closure regarding any old patterns, it's this retrograde Uranus really brings it a little bit more kind of freeing energy to improve your communication skill and use a different kind of communication skill or a different approach to resolve matters, Pisces. Now Pisces, Mercury and Mars both are in the sign of Virgo during this full moon, and Virgo is your 7th house. It's the opposite house to you. So you will feel a little bit more energized and positive in terms of communicating and taking action in terms of other people, the relationships that you have in life, any one-to-one interaction. You will be eager to take the first step to, in relationship, whether it's romantic relationship, personal relationship, business relationship, whatever it might be, any close tie, you will be definitely very much eager to take things forward by yourself. And with this improved communication skill during this time, Pisces, you will definitely be able to have good time with people around you and close ties, and even get closure regarding anything that was left unresolved, Pisces. So Pisces, during this full moon, definitely look at what you are feeling from within and lead from there, and use your communication skills to take first start in terms of improving your relationship and getting any kind of closure from old patterns, Pisces. Thank you for watching my August Aquarius full moon video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you can use this Aquarian energy to think outside the box, and the Jupiter that is conjunct this full moon will bring you some kind of hopefulness, optimism and positive thinking in terms of making whatever changes you want to make in your life going forward. Thank you.